In this video, I'll show you why some videos are effortless to watch and why it has nothing to do with software. We're going deeper than a basic tutorial because editing isn't random cuts. It's a way to make your videos better. So fancy retention editing can get you perfect watch time and millions of views, but it can also leave you with terrible numbers. And here's why. Let's start with this. This is a guy named Sam. His videos barely have any cuts. Minimal editing, nothing flashy. So what do you think his views and subs look like? So does this mean editing is optional? Not at all. Sam did edit his video, but he cut out the boring parts, the stuff viewers don't care about. He left in what matters because his audience isn't here for flashy, overstimulating content. They just want to feel like they're spending time with someone. A bunch of quick cuts and flashy animations would actually ruin that authentic experience. But disrupting what the viewer came to watch is the fastest way to lose them. Sam edits his videos with about 90 seconds between cuts. MrBeast, he does the complete opposite. So if both styles work, what should you do? Start by thinking about the experience your viewers actually want. Sam's editing shows us that millions of people come to YouTube just to feel like they're hanging out with someone. MrBeast's rapid-fire cuts show that a lot of people come for pure entertainment. Every editing choice you make contributes to the experience your viewers have. For example, cutting out all your pauses so you're talking constantly is great for entertainment, but it kills authenticity. An effective editing style takes all these choices into account. Therefore, that's what I'll break down as I reveal the reasoning behind editing. So be ready to take notes on what you should add in your own videos based on what suits your audience. The best part? This isn't some random tutorial. It's a handbook for good editing. Think of it as a foundational starting point to know what type of tutorials you should even be watching. If you keep seeing the same footage with no movement for a long time, you'll get bored. Why? Because when humans notice a change in vision, like something moving abruptly, it grabs attention. The same goes for videos. When there's less variety in visuals, it feels kind of boring. But if a video switches between A-roll, B-roll, and other types of footage regularly, it keeps attention much better. That said, there's a drawback to changing what's on screen too much. Too much switching can confuse viewers and hurt engagement. Therefore, it's important to balance variety with clarity. Try to notice this as we go over how different types of footage should be used to maximize engagement. This is when you can see and hear your subject at the same time. It feels personal and holds attention really well, especially if you're speaking confidently. Use it when you're making a key point. This is footage recorded separately from your main audio, or you can grab some from sites I'll mention in the description. It's used to show rather than tell, letting viewers see what you're talking about instead of just looking at your face. It helps explain things more clearly, faster, and in a way that's more interesting. You can use it as much as you need. There's a drawback to cutting between clips too much. All this visual variety can turn into visual mush if done wrong. If you cut to different clips as often as possible, it can make things confusing and hurt engagement. To avoid this, don't shorten shots just for the sake of shortening them. But it's okay to leave clips on screen a little longer because that adds authenticity. And often, adding engagement doesn't even require a cut. There's a much better way. Therefore, you can use some simple tricks to make things way more engaging without overdoing it. First, give some movement by zooming or shifting the clip. Zoom in to build tension. Zoom out to release it. Second, add captions so people can follow along, especially when you're not sure what to show, but make sure they don't cover the main action. Third, guide the viewer's eyes. Highlight the area you want them to focus on or blur everything else so it's clear where to look. You can also make the text you want them to notice glow, therefore drawing attention exactly where you need it. Invisible editing. Now that we know why visual variety matters, let's talk about invisible editing. This is when cuts happen, but you barely notice them. The goal isn't flashy transitions or crazy effects. It's to make the viewer feel like the scene never stopped. Eyeline and direction. If your subject looks left, the next shot should match that gaze. That way, the viewer stays oriented in the space. Ignoring this, even small jumps, feels jarring. Consistency in visuals. Use the same type of visuals throughout a scene. For example, if you're showing a real person, don't suddenly cut to an icon, animated PNG, or stock illustration. Your audience subconsciously notices these shifts, and it can break immersion. Invisible editing keeps your audience focused on the story or person, not the cuts themselves. The viewer isn't distracted, they're immersed. When you edit, ask yourself, are your cuts serving the experience, or are they calling attention to themselves? Invisible editing always serves the experience. Sound design makes your audience feel every cut, transition, and animation. It's like double the stimulation. It also sets the mood, which is an engagement superpower we'll explore more when we get to music. First step, gather sounds and add them wherever it makes sense. When something moves, add a whoosh. When something's highlighted, add a highlight sound. Now for the powerful stuff. 3 types of sound effects that hook viewers emotionally. Risers build tension and anticipation. Only use them when something important is happening. Otherwise, they lose impact. Hits release tension and emphasize moments. Use them alone or after a riser, depending on the scene. Drones create mystery and suspense, usually for darker moods. These effects manipulate emotions, and the more emotionally invested the viewer is, the more engaged they are. And this is just the start. Your music choice takes it further. Pick songs that support emotion and story. Break your video into sections and decide the mood for each. Spend time finding music that fits. Copyright-free options like YouTube Audio Library work well. Music can also guide attention. Pausing it highlights a moment. Fading it signals a segment ending, building anticipation for what's next. This is how sound and music make your video feel more engaging. Don't just watch, start experimenting, because every small change you make now compounds into videos your audience can't look away from. Click below, join me, and let's take your content from good to addictive.